everyone, Inat Kessler here with a new video tutorial, and today I'm going to show you how to make 4 different really cool gel printing techniques. I'm using a small gel plate, but you can use any type of plate that you have with any size of paper. I'm just making little tags just to show you how to do it. So first I'm applying my first layer of color on my gel plate, which is yellow in this case. This is going to be the first background. So now we have a yellow paper. Next I'm going to add a little bit of pink, and of course you can use whatever colors that you want or like. I'm going to mix a little bit of orange as well. And I'm going to, if there is too much paint, I'm just going to roll my brayer on a piece of paper, and then I'm going to take bubble wrap and press it against my gel plate, and that removes the paint a little bit and creates a really cool effect. Look at that. So now I have my background. Next I want to do the technique, the first technique, which is a masking technique. So that is the opposite of a stencil. So I'm applying white paint to my gel plate and adding a silhouette. You can use any image that you want, that you have, and when you press the tag against the gel plate, everything gets painted except the space that is covered by the mask, by the silhouette. And now I keep on adding layers of paint, making sure my silhouette is on the right spot. And now I'll have pink with a little bit of white underneath. Look at that, isn't that pretty? And I'm going to punch a few stars just from a plain piece of paper, and I'm going to create a second mask. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of blue paint. Don't care that it's mixing with the pink, it's fine by me. Then I'm going to put the stars like little masks on my gel plate, and then when I'll do the print, everything is going to be painted in blue except where the stars are going to be and my silhouette. Just going to show you how that looks. Let's do the print. Press against the gel plate. And look at that. Isn't that cool? So you see the blue except where the mask of the stars were, which is now only the background is showing. Now let's do our second technique. I'm mixing 3 colors. You can mix whatever colors you want. I'm doing yellow, orange, and red. A little bit too much. So I have a piece of paper for the excess on the side. Just going to add a little bit of yellow, mainly on the bottom. And what I'm going to do next is do a torn paper technique. So first I'm going to do the background, cover the entire paper with my paints, and then I'm going to create little patterns. So I'm going to start with some aqua color, just cleaning my brayer, and I'm going to take my bone folder. You can take any type of tool that you have as long as it's not too sharp, and I'm just making little shapes on the paint. Then I'm going to take a piece of paper, tear it, and then place it on my gel plate and cover the entire plate with paper, the rest of the plate, so I won't get any other color and just the aqua. Let's remove the excess paint. And now I'm going to repeat this with a few patterns and a few colors. So now I'm doing some white, and I'm going to stamp it with some stars. When you stamp it, you see it removes the paint and create a really cool pattern. Then I'm going to put some torn paper and another paper to hide the rest of the plate, and then create my print. Isn't that cool? And you can do this as many times as you want with as many torn pieces as you want, and this will be really fun because then you'll get different sections on your tag with different colors and different edges because you're using those torn pieces of paper, and that is really cool. So I'm going to stamp it with another stamp, cover some of it with a torn paper on both sides, and then add my print. So you can keep on, see, this is really cool. You can keep on doing this with different colors and different stamps or tools to create the patterns on the paint, or you can just leave the paint as it is. Use my bubble wrap again. It's a really good stamping tool. And I'm going to press only the top of my tag. Look at that. I think it's really cool. There is a little bit of paint left, so I'm going to do the bottom as well. Let's see if it picks up something. Very slight pattern there. I really like how this technique turns out. Little bit of purple just to have a dark effect here on this tag. So it's going to be very small. Just on the bottom. This came out really cool. Just going to remove the paint. Okay, so for our next technique, technique number 3, I'm going to mix orange and yellow. A little bit more orange. And then I'm going to cover the entire tag or paper. So this is the background. Next I'm going to apply contrasting color, which is going to be darker. I'm going to mix a few colors. I'm going to mix dark purple, pink, and white, and just mix them on my plate, on my gel plate, and you're going to see that becomes a dark color. And then I'm going to bring a string and just put it on the gel plate and do my print, and you're going to see how really cool it is. Look at that. Isn't that cool? This is so much fun. Okay, so for our last technique, I'm going to use alcohol inks. You can do this with acrylic paints, but it's not as pretty. So I'm just going to add some alcohol inks to my gel plate, and then just spread them around with my brayer, just like I would with acrylic paints. Not too much though. And I'm going to add a few drops without using my brayer. And then I'm going to cover the plate with a plastic wrap. Now the secret is to wait until the alcohol inks are dry beneath the plastic wrap. So you have to be patient for a few minutes until it's dry. Then when you remove it, after it's dry of course, you just apply white paint, white acrylic paint to the plate, and this white acrylic paint is going to pick up everything that is underneath it. So everything that is under there, all those alcohol inks, going to show you're going to get two prints. So the first print looks like a background, like a cloudy background, which looks really cool. But the second one, I'm going to do just the other side of the tag, is going to be even prettier. Look at that. It picked up all those bubbles and stains that the plastic wrap did on the alcohol inks. So these are 4 techniques. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the little bell icon to be notified when I upload a new video so you won't miss a thing. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next time.